Exclusive, Man City could progress move for £50 million Bruno Guimaraes alternative. Manchester City will seriously consider upping the ante in their pursuit of Atlanta star Ederson when the transfer window reopens in the summer if it becomes clear that it will be impossible to lure Newcastle United captain Bruno Guimaraes to the Etihad Stadium, GimSport sources have revealed. Sky Blues boss Pep Guardiola strengthened his squad midway through the season, with Omar Marmush being the reigning Premier League champions' most expensive arrival ahead of the February 3 deadline thanks to completing a switch worth an initial £59 million from Bundesliga outfit Eintracht Frankfurt. Hugo Viana is poised to lead Manchester City's recruitment drive when he replaces director of football Txiki Begiristain at the end of the campaign. And plans have been put in place to secure a fresh face in the middle of the park later this year. Despite sealing the deadline day arrival of Nico Gonzalez, Manchester City could progress a move for Ederson if they are unable to land prime target Guimaraes in the summer, according to GMS sources, having been forced to look at alternative options after Martin Zubimendi has also edged closer to joining domestic counterparts Arsenal from Real Sociedad. Atlanta were seeking in the region of £50 million for their 25-year-old fan favorite when the Sky Blues were among the sides circling for his signature during the winter transfer window, which resulted in him remaining with the Serie A title chasers. But he has stayed on Guardiola's radar as a potential recruit further down the line. GMS sources have been informed that the 11th-hour addition of Gonzalez has not deterred Manchester City in their attempts to revamp their midfield ahead of next season, even though Rodri is due to return from injury in the coming months, and Ederson is being monitored after shining in the Champions League. The Brazil international is on course to enter the final 2 years of a contract which allows him to pocket in excess of £40,000 per week at the Guimaraes Stadium, leading to the Sky Blues being hopeful of being able to convince his current employers to cash in if they decide to head to the negotiating table. Manchester City are willing to spend big in order to sign Guimaraes. GMS sources have learned from well-placed figures, but they have Ederson on their shortlist as an alternative acquisition. Due to ongoing fears over whether Newcastle United will be open to dropping their demands, GMS sources have been told that Manchester City have refused to rule out the possibility of formalising their interest in Ederson by making a summer bid as they are desperate to avoid a repeat of this season, where they were caught short of depth when Rodri was forced onto the sidelines with a long-term injury. The South American, who has been described as one of the most intense midfielders in Europe by Fabrizio Romano, has been earmarked as a possible arrival as the Sky Blues' difficulties to find a solution in the middle of the park has resulted in falling adrift in their attempts to be crowned the Premier League champions for the 5th season on the spin. Manchester City are also aware that the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva and Ilkay Gundogan could depart or be forced to contend with reduced game time ahead of the 2025-26 campaign, GMS sources understand, leading to Ederson being identified as an option when scouring the market for possible signings. GMS sources recently revealed that Guardiola could go head-to-head with Chelsea for Carlos Baleba after the Brighton Hove Albion man has also worked his way onto the Sky Blues radar, while interest was shown in Juventus' Douglas Luiz ahead of the winter transfer window slamming shut.